Hell yeah, Homer! How's it going, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Dusty Mac, and thank you very much for joining me on this OA series finale. This is it. This is the last episode, and I'm kind of worried because I don't know. This is the last episode of the entire series, so I don't know if we're going to get any answers about what the OA is, who Katoon was. I'm sure that's not even her name. You know, how BBA and the kids are going to connect back into the OA. What's going to happen, you know, with Kareem in the house and Michelle. Can he get her consciousness out or free from wherever it was? Did she jump when, you know, that video we saw? Did her consciousness jump and now that body is just like a husk, I guess? Is that what happens when a host and the traveler combine perfectly and then they jump? Do they take that person and kind of like make them a part of themselves and their collective knowledge, and they keep jumping from body to body, and that's how they keep bettering themselves as travelers? I don't know. I don't even know if that made sense. But the last episode was just confusing. Kareem found Michelle's body, but the grandma said that her mind wasn't there. It's trapped in the house, and the OA found out that Hap is her shadow. So are they gonna have to come together with those robots and jump everybody? A lot has to happen in this episode, and I realize it's only 43 minutes. This is one of the shortest episodes that we're getting, and this has to end the entire series. I was hoping we were gonna get like another 70-minute epic, like, you know how this series started off, but I'm worried. I'm legitimately worried that we're not going to get any answers and it's just going to end on a cliffhanger and the show got canceled. And I will be very, very upset with every single one of you for making me feel upset. But anyway, I am ready to see how this ends and see what we get for the finale. So if you guys like this reaction and want to keep seeing more just like it, please make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm and subscribe and hit that little bell in the corner because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, which is usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos and barely stream. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, the Patreon and everything else is down below. And with the Patreon, you're going to get these reactions full length and a week or weeks before the YouTube audience, as well as patron exclusive series, movies, and polls. So if any of that interests you, please go check that out. If not, they'll be up here eventually. And yeah, I guess we're ready to jump into the finale of the OA. I'm expecting good things. If there's sad things, I am prepared with the tissue. So anyway, guys, I guess without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this series finale of the OA. This one is Season 2, Episode 8, Overview. Let's do it. So she's definitely acting like Nina and not like the OA.
She's
but can
smoking. What name does she use?
Nina, you think in DID? It's what
Dissociative
they're
identity
calling
disorder?
multiple personality disorder.
I want you to go down there and bring her up yourself.
Can the OA and Nina flip back and forth?
What is it? I don't know. I feel it.
So are they at Treasure Island then, in the other dimension? And she is mimicking or mirror. She's mirroring OA's movements, right? Her actions, I guess.
Michelle is still in the house.
The house is calling you.
Gotta go back. In case he doesn't come back, huh?
Hello, Dr. Roberts. You were right. You said I was caging Nina. I figured out how to unlock that cage, let her out.
So she is still the OA, but she's
You're
talking.
a good doctor.
But she's talking as Nina or through Nina now. Like she's allowing Nina to. I don't know.
What do the mafia and the pussy have in common? One slip of the tongue and you're in deep shit.
That's a good ass joke.
I'll take it from here.
Ooh, that unlocked a memory for him. Do it. So that awoken him?
Don't worry, there's a backup generator.
I'm not afraid of the dark.
I'd be scared to be in that elevator right now if the power went out. And why did the power go out? Yeah, he is stuck. He remembered that gun that's up in his drawer too, didn't he?
Because I can see.
So he just got awareness of his traveler self now? There's the same one.
Five-sided aquarium from Homer's NDE.
Just like their cage too,
It's also
right?
a replica of Hap's underground prison.
Yep.
What's it mean?
Do they have to do the movements around that?
I should have listened. I need your help.
All this time, I thought it was Theo at the old rehab center. Oh, Stephen.
She was seeing the future?
OA is here. Maybe I can feel across dimensions.
It's like, when did that happen? Been gone for quite a while, Steve. Lots have changed.
We usually drink vodka when we meet.
I don't think I have any.
Behind the Anna Karenina.
The
You remember the day we met? I read Quantum Psychotic. In a single night, I was at your office the next day.
Is Hap a traveler too? And he just hasn't realized himself?
Your book suggested certain metaphysical secrets. Thought you might be able to help us understand why the construction workers restoring the house were losing their minds. So I hired you.
That's right,
And
he doesn't...
then you betrayed me.
Hap didn't know any of this because Hap just jumped into this body.
Dozens of teenagers followed the game to the house.
To show us what the house is.
We know what the house is. It's a portal.
So OA has access to Nina's memories, and Hap hasn't figured out who that version of himself was yet. Because Hap, I think, might just be a human, so he might not be able to connect or to like synchronize with his other selves, you know? I'm not sure. So did they get it wrong before, and this is the right way? Which side did he go up before? I can't remember.
Renata, Hap away.
Are you Homer or Dr. Roberts?
Both.
So he's synchronized. She has to be synchronized.
Now you remember Havana. You lured me into my cage.
I did.
I mean, he had no choice, though, right? Oh, good.
I'm going to break you out of yours.
All right. That's some pretty strong-ass glass for a damn elevator. I like that, though. They still look out for each other, learn from each other's mistakes and stuff, and they get better. So I think that's the point. They go into different versions of themselves, and they learn from each version. That's what I'm getting out of this. You gotta let me know if I'm right or wrong. It's another squid. Oh, it's a whole ass garden.
Every human mind contains the multiverse.
Again, that kind of goes into what I think. Obviously, it's not like a hard belief. It's just something neat to think. But every choice you make splits off. Go left or right. A different universe arises from whichever choice you make. I love the multiverse theory. It's so interesting. Lots of fun when it comes to Marvel.
We shall not cease exploration, the end of all exploring.
Hopefully mercury gas isn't flammable.
She's in here. And so are you.
What? Wait, is Steve's body the one that he got the petal from? The flower?
These flowers offer a glimpse into other dimensions. I've made a map of the multiverse. Ronan, really. All we ever had to do was to be able to imagine it.
Is this like the brutes that were talking to her, maybe? What was that? Those are all bodies. I didn't even see the bodies.
I understand. It is a terrible sacrifice, but these flowers are a destination in the multiverse.
Was that what was in his...
With this, people won't have to jump into the dark.
Was that what was in that closet in this other dimension?
French. Jesse.
Okay. Why is his flowers red?
We could do this together.
So he's harvesting multiversal travel?
I caged Nina inside me to exert my will. I was afraid of her.
I just realized she's talking as the OA now, or Prairie, whichever, not in the accent.
I got to see another version of my life here. One in which I was given everything. As Prairie, my life was one hardship after another. And then I met you.
And it got worse.
Nina saw the whole world, but I saw underneath it. That's what an angel is. Dust pressed into a diamond by the weight of this world. Before I had the chance to become anything, you crushed me, but you didn't destroy me.
That was a great shot. Her standing up into the light.
We have faith.
So I don't think they're still alive in that pool, right?
Your bodies are here, locked in a sleep.
She left the room.
Sorry if I'm not talking very much this episode. There's just lots of talking going on and explanations happening, and I gotta really pay attention to focus on how this is gonna wrap up. Oh no, don't go into that coffin-shaped tunnel with its full water. That's gonna, ooh. It's like you've seen those TikToks of those cave divers who are basically like the cave is like this, and they're like, all right, we just gotta turn our head and we can squeeze through here. It's like, no, you don't need to do that at all. I don't like water. Go back up for breath before you go in there. You don't know where air is. I hate when people do that in movies and shit. Come on. Come on. I don't like drowning shit. Probably stems from like playing Sonic 2 when I was a kid. Just Sonic struggling for air as he slowly drowns.
She's here. She's not alone. She's in danger.
It's a good spot to do the movement. Are those all robots? 1, 2. No fucking way! And that's them. Wait, are they connected? He uses their spores to fuel those robots. And that's how they can harness their energy. Right? Right?
She's right here.
And once they start the movements, the robots will.
I'm gonna take us where everyone calls you OA, but you don't.
I would never forget myself.
You just won't believe.
Here. Now. We have to move.
Is this working against the OA? How is this all gonna connect and end? Is that a dove? Hell yeah, Homer! Oh. Did they ever just get more than one moment to embrace with each other? Jesus fuck. Can their movements heal him though?
We're gonna jump. Come find me.
I'll follow you.
Don't die, hold on, dude, Jesus. Is she ascending? Is that the river? Why is this jump so much different than the other jumps? To where it's just a TV show? Does she jump him to our reality?
Jay Ackles. That's fake me. This must be fake mine.
We jumped. We're here. You okay?
Britt? Oh my God.
Britt, tell me if we need an ambulance.
So where is he? Did he jump too? There's Buck. Or the actor who plays Buck, probably.
Michelle! Come! Yeah, come!
A little further.
What happened to Ian in that time? Did Ian just fall off the ladder and die just like Britt? Oh, good, she survived. Just gonna get some workers' comp.
Where are you going? I'm Jason Isaacs.
Lucius Malfoy?
Sorry, sir. Go.
Was that somebody behind the door? Or just like that was a fast cut? Steve or Homer? Steve?
Hello, Hap.
So Steve did jump at the last second. No. Netflix, you need to bring this back. God damn. All right, everybody, this was the season 2 finale of the OA. This one was season 2, episode 8 overview. And they packed a lot into this episode, and of course it ended on a cliffhanger. Basically, Hap was farming these multi-dimensional flowers, like the petals and the stems or whatever could like, I don't know if that's what was actually fueling the robots, or if that just helped him see into the multiverse so he could pinpoint how they need to jump. They didn't really explain that. Let's just talk about the show overall for a second. Like, I really liked season 1 because season 1 was telling a story. You know, it was just, I was invested in who she was and kind of like figuring out where she was coming from. And then we find out she's an angel, and then she dies. And then season 2 almost feels like it's a different show. But then like a third through the season, they bring back the characters from the old show and they're trying to tie them all back in. And it honestly feels like they were just trying to cram like maybe 2 or 3 seasons maybe they had planned into this second season, because he had the app to try to like get these people who were thinking differently to try to, I don't know what exactly his motivation was. He knew something was weird about this building, and I think that's what he was just trying to figure out, was just trying to figure out the problem. The grandma hired him to find her granddaughter, even though she knew where the granddaughter was, but she didn't tell him. That was just weird. Like, he had to figure it out on his own. Again, he had to do the puzzle, and he was part of the puzzle or the dreams. And when they jumped at the end, Ian Alexander was hosting Michelle from that universe, and he had to pull her out. So again, at the end, they jumped, and the universe they jumped to was our universe, presumably, where the OA is a TV show. They're actors and stuff, and they're Jason Isaacs and Britt Marling, I think her name is. So what happened to Ian Alexander? Did he just fall off the thing and die? Like I said, I don't know. This finale, it was good. It was exciting, at times, and nerve-wracking. But we don't really know what happened to any of the 5 except for Steve, because it appears like he said he was going to do from the beginning. At the last second, he was going to jump. And that's going to cause some problems as well, but we're never going to know those problems because the show's over. So he jumped. He's in our real universe. He caught up to the ambulance and he said, "Hey, Hap." So he knows. Just they didn't end. They didn't end it. They continued it, and then they canceled it. So like I said, the second season, it would have been better if it wasn't the finale, because I don't think they had enough time to do the things that they were wanting to do. It felt like this season they should have figured out how to coexist with their host. Then the next season, maybe it would have been about the app or something, and then that's how they would have ended it or something. I feel like they sped it up. And they crammed too much into the second season, and I honestly, it was good, but the first half of the second season was really good. It kind of felt like, okay, I'm going back into this. They're in the mental asylum, but then the second half that I've watched over the last couple of days just felt so disconnected and convoluted. And there was a 2-week break, and I will acknowledge that. But I went over and I was watching some of my old reactions that I have ready to edit and stuff, and I'm just like, it doesn't feel like the same show. Like, they're just kind of throwing things through just to do it. Like the fucking squid. Why she was that's a show that she did. Why was the squid a thing? Just there's so much they just threw into the second season that I don't think fit, or they just didn't explain. But the first season was so damn good. The acting was all done really well. The 5 from the first dimension, I loved all those characters. Again, Steve, his character was weird because it felt like he was going through a few different character arcs, but he still feels unfinished. And as we saw, he's now in our real world, so obviously he still has more story to tell. Buck, it just seems like he was there to be the LGBT representation. Phyllis, I loved her, but she wasn't really a necessity until she realized she was a medium. French, I guess, he was good, but his only real character drive was to go to college, and that he was gay, and then he hooked up. I think that was the dude he hooked up with, the FBI agent. So the only reason he called that FBI agent was to get a ride to Treasure Island. Jesse, and he was just going through PTSD. He was there for the sadness, and then of course Angie, was that Steve's girlfriend name? And then of course there were the other angels who I don't honestly know their name. There's Homer. Then there's the dude that went through the trial. This episode or last episode, I don't know. The one that was like, you just need to do one more thing for me, then I'll let the girl. He did let the girl out though. That's true. He honored his word, so that's cool. Then she helped Homer get out. But I don't know. There's just the last 2 episodes the last episode was the most confusing, because I think that's the one where they just had to throw all of the lore in so that they could wrap it up this episode. And I feel like the last half of this season really hurt by them being canceled and having to wrap up the entire series. I feel like this show, if it just had like one more season, would have been so good, and it would have been able to wrap up everything and explain things. But as it is, we still don't know. I mean, they're travelers. They go, like I said, I think my theory holds up where they go into each host and they gain more knowledge and experience, and then they ascend to whatever's after the traveler. I don't know. You probably don't know. I'm sure that only the people that know are Brit and Batman Jolly, so I don't know. I wish we could get more. I wish we could get some answers, because last episode I felt like they were starting to explain things and they're giving some dialogue, but this episode they're just like, all right, wrap it up, and that's it. That's what we got. So yeah, I mean, that was the OA. The first season, very good. I loved it. Second season disappointed me because it just was too confusing, too cluttered, and nothing got resolved, really. And it was sad because Homer got shot. Like, again, they get like very few moments to actually touch each other, and then she had to jump them into a universe where she wouldn't even remember Homer. So it's like, there is no happy ending any way around this. There wasn't an ending. And that's what disappoints me. I hate when shows get canceled and they don't actually end. I think here on out, if you're going to greenlight a show, there needs to be stipulation where the showrunners have to know how the show is going to end before they start production. Because if the show just ends, that's going to piss everybody off. It's just a waste of time and money. You have to know, okay, if it's not going well, we're going to start transitioning down this way, and then we're going to end it first season or second season. But this just felt like they were like, oh, we're not getting a third season. All right, let's wrap it up the last 2 episodes. I don't know. I'm disappointed. I sound like I didn't like the episode or the show, but I did. I really did. I really want more. And I'm sure, I hope that's how you feel too. Just disappointed there's no more, and needing closure to this story and these characters. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the OA. I liked the addition of Kareem this season. He was a good character. I wish we knew why he was being dreamed of, and by who, and I don't know. It just, a lot of that was convoluted and felt like they didn't really explain it well. But again, I am also doing reactions and talking, and sometimes I talk over dialogue when I'm trying to get some thoughts out. That's probably my mistake, but that's just part of the job, right? So anyway, guys, what did you think of my reaction to this series finale of the OA? What do you think? Do you think it's like me, how they go, the travelers go through dimensions trying to get more knowledge and to better themselves and to like ascend maybe? Do you think it's meant to be open-ended where you can kind of make your own conclusions and I don't know. And does it, like, again, does this connect to the travelers? By this time, I'm sure I would have already known. So anyway, if you like this reaction, want to see more just like it, please make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm and subscribe and hit that little bell in the corner because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, which is usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos and barely stream. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, the Patreon and everything else is down below. And with the Patreon, you're going to get these reactions full length in a week or weeks before the YouTube audience. So if any of that interests you, please go check that out. If not, they'll be up here at some point. Thank you so very much for voting, commenting, watching, interacting, sharing, and just your general passion for the OA. It's been a lot of fun. I really do wish there was one more season. Just Netflix, please, just bring it back. Let's complete the story and let's get like a good final bow tie on this series, because I think the fans deserve it, and I count myself among them. I think we deserve it at this point. So yeah, I guess until we get that, guys, thank you so very much for joining me. You know I love and appreciate every single one of you, and remember, if you're gonna go outside, please wear a mask, don't be an ass, and I will see you all with whatever show is gonna replace the OA. Take it easy, guys.
Behind the Anna Karenina.